Alright friends, inside this video topic, we'll discuss another interesting concept and that is how to remove single order data from our orders list. So what basically this topic means, to understand this topic, let's go back to browser. Inside this Headless store, click on then login and sign up. Let's pass user informations, click on login button. So successfully, user is now logged in. Click on My Orders, and now we can see that this user, what is currently logged in, has two orders. That is an ID of 116 and 114. Now, in this video topic, I want to discuss, for example, I want to remove this 116 order from this order list by clicking on this delete button. Simply how to remove that. So in this video topic, we will also learn a new API endpoint of WooCommerce by the help of that API endpoint by passing order ID, how to delete any specific order. And additionally, one more condition we will add while calling out delete API, and that is right now we can see that the status of each order is in pending state. But I want that this delete button will be visible into those orders whose status will be completed. Now the question is how the status will be completed. So for example, we had done these two orders. If I go back to our WooCommerce order section, let's click on this 116 order, and here I can see status equals to pending payment, and here from here I will set this completed. Selected here, let's click on this update button, and if I go click on this button refresh orders, and now you can see that status is now completed. So what basically I want to remove this status equals to completed order from this table of format. And also this delete button will be visible only whose status equals to completed. So for that, what I will do, let's go back to editor. Then I will go and open my orders. Let's say my orders. So if I scroll and if I go to the table of format, and if I can see, so here we have the delete button. So this delete button will be visible when the status equals to completed. So what I will do, simply let's put a condition here. So curly pairs, and here single order dot status, and if it is equals to completed, so in that case this delete button will only gets visible. So here let's pass this HTML, otherwise will have an empty value. So if I save these changes, and now you can see that this delete button is visible only for this status equals to completed. And one more thing, also we can see that inside the status value, that is completed and pending, we can see that the first character of this word is in lowercase, and also this P is in lowercase. So I want to make the first letter of this word either completed or pending is in uppercase. So how to do? Let's go back to editor. And if I search, so here we have the single order dot status. So only we want to convert the first value, like the first character P or C, in capital letter. So single order dot status dot character at the character which is at the 0th place, I want to simply make it in uppercase. So this will be character at 0 dot to uppercase. If I save these changes, and now we can see that automatically we are getting the first letter is in capital. But the thing is that what about others? So simply if I go here, let's add plus sign to concatenate value. So single order dot status dot slice, and here if I pass 1 here, and before passing 1, let's remove this function, save these changes. Now we can see that completed and pending. But the concept is that here we have the capital C, and also here we have the small c. So I want only one c, so for that I will use the slice function and pass the one index, save these changes, and now we can see completed and pending. Now next we have to work on the functionality of this delete button. So as we can see, this delete button is visible only for this completed order. It means that I can only remove this status completed product from this, or sorry, order from this order list. Let's go back to editor, and here what I will do, simply I will go over this delete button. Let's add a function on click, and here Inside this function, let's pass delete single order item, single order data, and here I will pass the order ID. So this is single order dot ID. Let's copy this function name. Then I will go here. So handle order delete button. So const function name async, and this function is going to take the order ID, and then after let's go and open api.js, and here let's create a function. So delete order by order ID. So let's export const delete order by ID async in nature. It will accept the order ID. So try block, catch block. In case of any error, console.log and error. Let's go inside this try block. Then after, let's say const API or simply URL equals to backtick symbol dollar curly pairs. So it will be API URL. And if I talk about the API endpoint, let's go back to documentation. So it will be woocommerce.github.io /woocommerce REST API talks. And here, let's scroll down, click on orders. And here we have an API endpoint that is of delete and order. Click into it. So we can see that we have to use delete request type and the API endpoint WP-JSON WC v3 orders. And here we have to pass order ID. So what I will do, the API URL in our case, this API URL is returning up to this v3. So after v3, we want only this / orders and then order ID. Let's copy, go here, and if I go, let's paste order, and here curly pairs. This is order ID. Save these changes. Now next after, let's say const auth params equals to generate auth signature, and in this case let's pass URL. And also inside this function we have to pass second argument, that is because we are using delete request type, so here it will be delete. Then next after this, as we are using delete request type, so also we have to pass authorization header value. So here inside this line of code, let's say generate auth header. So it will be const auth header equals to, then I will use the concept of object.keys, and inside this function simply pass auth params. Then I will go and iterate over each key, because as we know that in this auth params we get the values of auth signature, consumer key, nonce values, signature method, timestamp, and then version. So simply we have to iterate over each key, backtick symbol, dollar, curly pairs, let's pass key equals to double quotes, and inside here, let's pass dollar, curly pairs. So in quote URI component, and inside here, let's pass auth params, and simply we have to get the key value. Save these changes, and one more thing, after doing all these things, we have to concatenate. It means we have to join using simply a comma. So once we get the authorization header, let's go and call our API. So const response equals to, it will be await, then API dot delete method, and here we have to pass only the API endpoint. So it will be / orders and / order ID. And then after here, let's pass an object, and inside this object headers, and inside these headers we have to pass authorization, and inside this authorization we will have the auth as a header key and along with the value. So instead of using double quotes, let's use backtick symbol. So auth dollar curly pairs, and here we have authorization header. And finally let's say return response dot data. Save these changes. Let's copy this delete by order method. Let's go here, and if I go import from this API, save these changes. Let's scroll down, and inside this function, let's say try block. Then we'll have catch block in case of any error. So console.log error. Then after let's say finally block, and inside here I'll use set page loading equals to false. So set page loading equals to false, and before this try block, let's say set page loading equals to true. Let's go inside this try block. So const response equals to, let's say, await. Then after let's copy, means call the function delete order by id, and here we'll pass the order id. So let's go and console.log. So console.log response here. And after that, also I want that after deleting any order, this list should be refreshed. So in that case, what we can do, if I go bit up, so inside this handle refresh orders, we can see that we are calling fetch all orders function. Let's copy, go here, and let's put after this console log. Save these changes. So if I go, let's reload, and if I click on this button 116, first inspect, go to console tab, click on this delete button, and here we have an error that is object.key. And I think that this is not object.key, it will be object.keys. Save these changes. Let's go and reload. And again, if I click on this 116, let's go and scroll down inside orders, delete button, and now you can see that successfully order 116 now deleted from this orders list, and here we have our refresh orders list. If I go reload here, and now we can see that only we have one more order into this orders, and that is of 114. Where is now 116? 116 order is now moved from this published state to this trash mode. So trash simply means that order has been deleted. It means soft deleted from WooCommerce and orders section. So successfully inside this video topic, now we have one more API concept, and that is how to delete any order from orders list. But one more thing also we have to do, if I go back to editor, also we want some confirmation before deleting any order. What basically I mean to say that if I go, so while calling this function, let's go and cut this function, and here let's if I'll use JavaScript confirmation box. So window.confirm, let's say, are you sure want to delete this order? Question mark. If user presses OK button, so in that case only we'll call this function. Otherwise, no activity will happen. So in this case, if I go after save, let's go click on this 114 ID, status from pending. Let's go click on completed, update here, completed. Let's go click on refresh orders. Now we can see completed here, and now we have the delete button. So whenever if I click on this delete button, and now we can see that we are getting a confirmation that are you sure want to delete this order. So here if I click on cancel button, no activity will happen. But whenever if I click on this OK button, automatically this order will be go and soft deleted from published mode to trash mode. Let's click on OK button, and now we can see that no orders found, and successfully that order now deleted from this orders list. And if I go, let's reload, and now we can see no orders found into this orders list. So simply let's go again, go to list here, click on products. Let's add some more products. So add to cart, added. If I go, click on cart, click on checkout, and here let's pass the user information, sample address, sample city, sample state, dummy postcode, India, email is okay. This is dummy phone number. Click on place order. Order has been placed. Click on my orders, refresh orders, and now you can see that successfully. But this time this order is in pending state. So that's why we don't have any delete button. So whenever if I go and make this pending order to completed order automatically will have a delete button, and that delete button will give some confirmation while deleting that order from this orders list. And additionally, I want to fix an issue inside this headless store, and that is, as we can see currently, user is logged in. So whenever if I add any products to our cart, let's add this one, go to our cart. So whenever if user is logged in, if I go and click on this checkout button, we are redirecting into this checkout page. But the question is that whenever the user will be logged out, so where the user will have to redirect. So the straightforward answer is that whenever if user is logged out, simply when we click on checkout button, it will go to authentication layout, that is of login page. Click on logout. Now here, if I go to cart, click on checkout, and now we can see that again it is opening the checkout page, which is not making any sense. So whenever the user will be logged in, so after login, user can access this checkout page whenever if we go from cart to checkout. But whenever if the user is logged out, it means there is no current active session. So inside that case, if I go to cart, click on checkout, it will go to the login page. So right now, this is an issue. So how to fix that? Let's go back to editor. Now next after this, let's open our app.jsx component. And remember, inside this component file, we have taken a variable, that is state variable called is authenticated. So after login, remember this state variable is going to be true. Right now it is false. So after getting true, it means the user is authenticated, user is logged in. So what we can do, let's copy this is authenticated, and then after simply I will go into this component file called cart. Let's pass a prop here. So is authenticated equals to, and here it will be is authenticated. Let's copy this prop keyword. Then after I will go into our my cart. It means cart component. Let's destructure. And then after, let's go inside, go to checkout page. And here we'll check that if is authenticated is going to contain the true value. So in that case only we have to go into this checkout page. Otherwise, if it is containing the false value, so in that case we have to go to this login route. Save these changes. So if I go click on login and sign up, right now there is no current active session. So here if I click on checkout, and now you can see that we are going to our login page. But whenever if I go and login, click on login button. So in this case, user is now logged in. Click on cart, click on checkout, and now this time we are on the checkout page. So successfully, now in this video topic, we had done the integration of one more API endpoint of WooCommerce, as well as also we had fixed an issue. So for this interesting course, interesting video, please hit the like button to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Now let's meet our next amazing video. So for this video session, guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.